Hello and welcome to Countdown to Rio, the brand new and exciting series that will follow Singapore's Olympic sailing squad as they build up to the biggest sports event on earth, the Olympic Games. We'll chart each and every athlete's progress in their path for Olympic glory. With less than 6 months to the 2016 Games in Rio, athletes across the 10 Olympic sailing disciplines are preparing to give the performance of their lives in what is, without doubt, the pinnacle of racing. Singapore sailing has already made history ahead of the Rio Olympics by qualifying a record number of athletes. 5 places are already confirmed, with a hope of adding more in the months to come. Singapore are looking to make their impact in Gunabara Bay come August. Singapore is a nation firmly tied to the sea. Water is never far from the city's streets, and sailing is amongst the more popular sports. And it's not hard to see why, with perfect sailing venues surrounding the city.
The whole sailing community and the whole national ethos to support sailors, athletes with good potential. We now need the continuity. It's an English word I like very much. It's brave hearts. Singapore sailors, there are many brave hearts among us. We need a lot of comeback kids who realize that they never really left.
But to build up such a rich history, you need a plan, determination, and above all, pure passion for the sport. Singapore Sailing Federation has come from strength to strength over the years, developing well-structured programs focusing on growth.
Our sailors have qualified in 5 of the classes out of 10 for the Olympics, and even at the Asian Games and Southeast Asian Games level, at the ISAF World Cups, we've made a lot of progress in that area. We are promoting the sports in schools, we are promoting the diversity, especially let's say newer disciplines like kiteboarding. And we are trying to make sure that the development of the sport is holistic.
And development in Singapore sailing is paying dividends, with the nation becoming increasingly competitive on the world stage, with numerous world champions in recent years. All of them progressing through the ranks from youth to senior classes with Singapore sailing. The first steps in sailing are always tough, but kids enjoy the fun of the sport as they try to master nature's elements and learn the basic skills of boat handling.
For me, my Olympic dream started when I first learned how to sail when I was in high school. It was the first time I moved into a new sport. I used to swim competitively. So it was a new sport, and as I did more of it, as I learned how to sail at Changi Sailing Club in Singapore, I realized that sailing is a good sport. I really enjoyed it, and then I started to take part in the local sailing competitions. I enjoyed it.
Sailing helps children acquire self-confidence, critical thinking and decision-making, whilst understanding and respecting the natural elements. Friendship and teamwork add to the enjoyment the young sailors experience.
Whenever we do team racing or when we sail, we try to structure the senior sailors with the junior sailors. So in each team we try to have at least 1 or 2 junior sailors so that the seniors are able to impart their skills and knowledge. Junior sailors are able to learn from the different tactics that the senior sailors use. With this kind of information and knowledge, the junior sailors are able to learn and in the future also teach fellow junior sailors how to sail better.
Once these youngsters get the sailing bug, then a whole world of new adventures open up. Sailing is a multi-class sport with a huge range of boat types and racing styles. However, for most, dinghy sailing and the 10 Olympic classes is the pinnacle. Like other sports, the Olympic dream is central to aspiring athletes. But to reach such a dream, you need to make sacrifices along the way.
For me, it was important to make that decision to go full-time, because to be good enough to sail at the Olympic Games, you have to train full-time. You have to be fully committed to training, to improving, to competing. So without any distractions of work or studies or even family. So for me, it was a very intense period. Not just the 2 years when I was in Sydney, but over that 5 years when I was preparing and training for Sydney and Athens Olympics.
Well, stay with us. In our next episode, we'll find out how it feels to vie for national selection and Olympic qualification. We'll follow a sailor's typical day during the high-octane competition, the 49er FX World Championships in Florida. And we'll also check out the action in Israel as Singapore's top windsurfers do battle and look to gain their Olympic tickets.